Hello! Thanks for your interest in the Masters of Science in Data Science at CU Boulder, the residential program. My name is Mariah Alvarado, and I'm the graduate program specialist here at CU. I'm joined today by Jax Jeffries, our program manager, and we're here to answer any questions that you might have. This is a recording of a past webinar that was delivered in December 2025. If you have any questions that has happened between then and now, please feel free to email us. Our email will be in the description below. But let's go ahead and get started. To kick things off, we started with a poll. Go ahead and see if you get the answer right. How do platforms like Instagram and TikTok use data science to keep users engaged? A, by randomly showing content to users. B, by analyzing user behavior and applying machine learning algorithms to recommend personalized content. C, by showing only the newest posts in chronological order. D, by limiting content to posts from friends only. What do you think is the answer to this one? Okay, Nikita, what would you say is the answer to this question?
So the answer is B, by analyzing user behavior and applying machine learning algorithms to recommend personalized content. That's the answer.
Ding, ding, ding. I am pleased to say every single person got this right. So perfect. You can stay in the presentation. Okay, data science at CU Boulder. You're here because you have a real interest in data science. Our goal today is to tell you, why data science at CU Boulder, how to apply, and all kinds of tips from there. So, why data science? It is among the fastest growing careers in the US. When we look at all engineering disciplines, they average at about 8% in growth in the next decade, estimated, right? But for data science, there's an estimate of 34% rise in the next decade. So this industry is definitely seeing a boom as things shift and change in the technology sector, but it is in demand across all industries. So we see our students entering into the tech field, healthcare, finance, AI specifically, engineering, and it is a versatile career path. Because data science pulls from so many different departments, you end up leaving our program with skills that are highly transferable. And the great thing about pursuing a professional master's instead of, a research or thesis-based master's program is this graduate degree is directly geared toward your professional growth. Everything you're learning is applicable to, what you're going to be seeking after this. So this graduate degree really can unlock the next level of those career positions for you. Whether you're coming directly from undergraduate degree, or maybe you've been in industry for a little while, maybe you're in a different sector altogether and you're hoping to job switch, this can be a really good fit for a wide variety of people. But what is our MSDS program? It's a flexible interdisciplinary program. We have amazing faculty from all different departments: computer science, applied math, information science. And so you are really going to get to network with them through different classes that you might have, but you also get to network with other students in different programs, which can be a really valuable asset for you. And again, this is a professional program, so you don't have that heavy research focus that you might be used to thinking about when you think about stereotypical grad school. So instead, you're focusing on that technical aspect and you're walking away with these really applicable fundamentals that you can use in your career moving forward. But what about at CU Boulder? What kind of sets us apart? Who are we here? We are the fifth most sought master's program at CU Boulder, which is awesome because we're fairly small. We have about 170 current residential MSDS students. So it's a not, I like to say it's kind of like the Goldilocks kind of program where it's not too big, not too small. And we welcome about 50 to 100 incoming MSDS students each fall. Our graduate engineering school is ranked number 11th in the nation, according to the US News and World Report. And also, you just can't beat Boulder. Boulder, like I was saying, is just gorgeous. The mountains, the music scene, like there's so much there that you can enjoy. It's ranked as the number one best college town in America. So, I mean, it's not too bad. You can be pursuing that next step in your career, but also being, enjoy where you are right now. And then once you're actually in the classroom too, we do boast a really great graduate student to faculty ratio of 11 to 1. But knowing you, you're probably thinking about that curriculum. What am I going to learn? What am I going to walk away with? So, this core curriculum consists of 21 credits. You're going to cover everything from machine learning, big data, statistics, data visualization to programming. And that's going to help you feel confident when you're walking into those technical interviews in the future. But you also, I'm sure, are coming with your different passions. So that's really where your electives come into play. You have 9 credits that you can use for your electives, and that's where you can really dive into AI, natural language processing, specialization areas, and then 2 that we really love to mention are capstone and internship. So as a professional program, one of our key goals of the program is to directly connect you with industry partners. And we do this through capstone and internship, as well as different events and professional organizations that we have. But capstone and internship are amazing because with capstone, you actually get to work with a real world company who has sought out CU Boulder and has sought out our students and are actually paying so that you can help them with their real world problems. So you'll gain experience working with stakeholders and using real data sets and to come up with your own storytelling narratives and problem solving, um, you know, initiatives. And then with internship, this one relies on you finding an internship, but many of our students do pursue this course. It is a variable credit course, so I've seen students repeat this multiple times. You can repeat it up to 6 credit hours. I've seen students take up to 3 internships while they were in our program, and it's really great because that can count towards those electives. But we have 40 plus elective options to choose from. You have so many you can take a look at. They're on our website if you're ever curious. And if you see something, or actually, if you don't see something that you love, you can also request that. So, for example, we have a student right now who comes from the financial sector. She loves data science, but she also really loves where she came from. And so this semester, she actually requested that we take a look at 2 accounting classes that do relate to our major, but are not offered by us. And we were able to approve those for her. So she's able to pursue those, and they're going to directly impact her career moves after this program. And it's something that she can use to really market herself. So keep that in mind as well if you do end up wanting to join our program. But it's not just that technical piece, it's not just that academic piece. Something we really pride ourselves on is having that hands-on experience. Our faculty, it's really great to talk with them because we're able to see how passionate they are about you walking away with a portfolio. So you'll hear about this in your classes, um, and you'll be able to use those real world projects that we've been talking about to really build that portfolio. So you're not only able to tackle that technical interview, but you'll have something to show for it. So, with things like capstone and internship courses, you do have that direct industry partner engagement. And then you also have the opportunity to do competitive research opportunities if you're interested. Although we're not a traditional research program, that is available. And not every student, is passionate about research, but we do know that every student who has wanted to do research in our program has been able to do that, which is pretty great. And then, of course, like I mentioned, we have so many different varying fields you can kind of pull from. You are going to walk away with those technical skills. You're going to know how to use Python, machine learning, ethical AI. We have a great program director, Brian, who actually comes from the philosophy side as well as data science. And so he kind of really brings that ethical piece to this, which is pretty unique and pretty fun. If you ever have a class with him, he's great to talk to about things like that. But you'll also have that professional side. So we don't want to just build classroom data scientists. We want you to be able to enter into the workforce and know how to apply what you're learning, whether that's that critical thinking, problem solving, teamwork, data-driven decision making, storytelling. We want to make sure that you're prepared for that. And we do that by hosting different events. So, for example, in February, we're planning a career month where we're going to have free headshots for our students, mock interviews, resume reviews. We're going to have industry talks where people come in and actually talk to our students. If you're an international student, we are also going to go over the CPT, curricular program training authorization, that process, so that you know how to do that. Just an example of kind of what's to come. But we've talked about how awesome our program is. Now let's talk about how we can help you get here. I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Jax.
Hey everyone, so we're going to talk about admissions, bread and butter of our presentation. All right, so just an overview of our admissions process. What you'll need is every student, in order to be able to apply to the program, you have to have a bachelor's degree. Doesn't matter what your major is in, it could be in, computer science, something very relatable, or it could be in communications, something seemingly uh, off the cusp of the traditional pathway. We have students from all sorts of majors, health sciences. There is no one specific way. You just need a bachelor's degree and a 3.0 GPA minimum. We do look for some math and programming foundations. Specifically, the math foundation we're looking for is that you have taken Calculus 1, Calculus 2, or linear algebra, and linear algebra. I will say, some of our students coming from India, there's maybe engineering math 1, engineering math 2. They have similar concepts within them. So that's what we're looking for math-wise. In terms of programming, you know, you don't have to have programming experience, but any kind of knowledge within programming, Python, R, C++, any SQL, any knowledge you have there, it would be applicable and meet that requirement. Um, You'll need to write a statement of purpose. So what this is kind of a brief statement telling us why you want to pursue the Master's in Data Science program. Where did you come from? What is this degree going to help you do in your career? What are your goals? Like that's really what we're looking for there. And then you have the option to submit up to three letters of recommendation. One is required. So you need at least one letter of recommendation, but you can submit up to three. That's just having a person kind of verify, hey, I know this person, they're great, here's their skill sets, and I think they're ready to pursue, a graduate degree. Your resume, standard resume, whether you're coming straight out of undergrad or you're already in industry working, wherever you are, submit a resume. And then we also look for official transcripts. Those transcripts initially can be kind of like scans, but you will need to have official transcripts in hand and delivered, or delivered here, before you start the program in the fall. So we have two main pathways. We have the standard pathway or direct to data science pathway. The degree is 30 credits. You come in, you take our standard curriculum. We also have what's called the bridge pathway. So this is for students who maybe don't have all the necessary math foundation or programming foundation. This gets evaluated in the admissions process, and we would let you know, hey, you're admitted to the bridge pathway, and you would need to take this particular math course before starting the traditional trajectory, or you would need to take these specific programming courses before starting the traditional trajectory. The important dates to note down or be aware of is our priority application deadline is coming up. I believe that's Monday, December 15th. So this priority application is something that we highly encourage all of our international students to meet. Last year, we saw some challenges with visas and that taking more time than it has in the past. So we're encouraging all international students to get their application in by the priority deadline if they're able to, because it's just going to allow you more time to secure those visas. Um, Otherwise, hey, if you don't get it in by December 15th, you have all the way till February 15th. We do give a long time for students to submit applications. There's no advantage to either deadline. You're evaluated the exact same way. No application is considered more than the other, you just simply get a decision earlier. So if you apply by December 15th, you'll have a decision sometime in February. If you apply by February 15th, you'll have a decision in mid-April. So it just gives you more time to kind of secure those action steps and get everything done before getting here. Hooray! So we've got some application tips. So these kind of four categories, these are the categories that applicants are rated on. Your one, rated on your academic ability, something we like to mention there. All majors are welcome. We're not rating you on what major you're looking at or you've done before. We're any major, we're looking at that GPA. This is a holistic review. So just because you don't meet every requirements, we do look at the applicant as a whole. But it does start with your academic ability. Um, we're looking for solid math preparation. So what that means, again, we're looking specifically for that calculus 1, calculus 2, linear algebra. Some students may have some stats background, depending on your major. We're kind of looking at all your math courses and kind of how you've performed in those. We're looking for strong quantitative work. So that's, again, if your major has quantitative work, statistics, computer science, applied math, anything within that realm, we're looking to see how you performed in those courses. And then lastly, we're looking at your academics as a whole. Did you kind of consistently perform or was it very clearly improving? Maybe you had a rough year, that's okay. Rough semester, totally fine. As long as we're seeing improvement throughout, that's what the committee's looking for. So really what I'm trying to tell you here is like don't like put yourself out if you don't have this very perfect record. This is a holistic review and these are kind of the touch points that they're looking for. So next, standard resume or CV, just let us know. Again, no matter your spectrum, if you're straight out of undergrad, you don't have any work experience, but you were a part of clubs and you've done projects and volunteer work, put that on your resume. If you're someone who's been in industry, whether it's 1, 2, 10 years, obviously include that on your resume. Just let us know where you are. That's what the resume is for. And then we're just looking for like clean, concise formatting, put some metrics in there if you have them, if that's applicable. But that's what we're looking for in the resume. The statement of purpose, so short, I believe it's 500 words maximum. You want to be able to clearly communicate why you want to pursue this data science program at CU Boulder and what your goals are with that degree. Okay, we want you to be able to clearly communicate that. Those are what the strong statement of purpose is. That's a key characteristic that they have. We also want you to show like why are you motivated? Like what makes you want to do this? Was it, I don't know, your parents are in data science, or did you do this specific project in school and you are just really into looking at the data, finding patterns, helping people make insights out of it? Like what motivates you and like inspires you to pursue data science? Um, we're also looking to see kind of like a connection between your past, present, and future. So, hey, and this could be pretty, basic. Like, this is where I'm coming from. I maybe did, let's say you're something, I did a communications degree, and now I'm taking all these prerequisite courses because I'm really excited to do data science and I want to get this degree and move into the financial sector after. That's kind of simply what they're looking for there. And then something important to note for the statement of purpose is if you have anything that can't be explained just by us looking at your transcript or looking at your resume. So what that might look like is, let's say in your second year of college, you didn't do really well one semester, and like all we can see is that, hey, this student didn't do well, like, but there's no explanation there because you can't provide that on a transcript. So let us know, hey, in my second year of college, I got really sick. I was in the hospital for a couple weeks. It really impacted my ability to complete my coursework and my grades suffered. Something like that, whatever your situation may be that can be explained, let us know in that statement of purpose. And our biggest and the probably most important tip is don't use AI to write your statement of purpose. I like to let all students know, like, we're not judging you on your ability, whether it's your how to speak English. We're not judging you on that, on your perfect grammar or how you write. We want to know your story. And AI cannot tell your story as well as you can. So please just write your statement of purpose yourself, and I would not utilize AI for that. Um, Lastly, your letters of recommendation, again, minimum of one, maximum of three. Choose people who know you well, choose people who can clearly talk about you as a person, your skill set, and why or like how prepared you are for graduate school. Those are my recommendations for when you're kind of selecting your recommenders. So at CU, we have clubs that you could truly, any club you can think of, there's probably one here for you. I like to mention the ones that are applicable to data science that a lot of our students are a part of. So we have a data science student association. We call them DASA. So they're a group of students within the program that their main responsibility is to create community events. They do some professional focused events for data science students. So these are some pictures from various events that they've held. Again, it's just a way to get our students interacting outside of the classroom, build that network, make friends that are going to last you well beyond your degree. Some things that they like to do is they'll have a hackathon challenge, a data visualization challenge. One of these pictures that's from a hike that they do in the fall. We had an ice skating event. There also was like a bowling event. They do all sorts of community focused events. Really great group to be a part of. Next, we have mentorship and networking kind of embedded in the program and throughout the College of Engineering. So there's a Women in Data Science program that is not connected with CU, but a lot of our students are a part of it. And they host networking events about, I would guess, once a month, once a quarter. Great opportunity to get together, network with people in the industry and around the Boulder and Denver area. We also do a couple alumni panels each year. We bring in alumni that are working in industry, and they just kind of help students, from their perspective through that like job search process, give tips and tricks there, networking, really just great opportunity to kind of see also like what's the possibility. Sometimes you don't know all the possibilities of the degree until you start talking to other people. And then there's a ton of career fairs. I mean, I don't know the exact number, but I would guess there's 15 to 20 career fairs each year. In total, they have some that are very specific down to technology, math, data science, computer science. But there's so many career fairs on campus. And then career support. This is one of my favorite things to talk about. So really unique to CU is we have kind of like a three-tiered approach specifically in data science. So kind of at the basic level, and it's the most generalized career support. That is our graduate student career services. They help all graduate student majors with kind of anything you would need, networking, resume building, mock interviews, really tons of resources there. So we have that at the bottom level. In the middle tier, that starts to get a little more specific. So that's all within the College of Engineering. And they're more tailored to STEM majors, engineering students. They have a specific career advisor for international students. Um, so that there's that opportunity, kind of, I would say the middle level. And then at the top level and the most specific is going to be our data science career advising resources. Again, I think Mariah mentioned we host that career month in February where we do specific programming for our data science students. So career support, kind of all the way at a high level to a more generalized one, but lots of opportunities at CU to get the support you need. So cost and return on investment. So we like to provide you with just kind of an estimated tuition cost. This is at CU at most universities. They base your tuition rate on whether you are in state or out of state. So if you're a non-resident, you're out of state, you're international, the program costs for 30 credits or the tuition cost for 30 credits is about $50,000. And then if you're a resident, you're in state in Colorado, the tuition cost is about $40,000. You can use that QR code. It'll bring you to a very detailed website that kind of breaks it down a little bit more. But we like to give students the general tuition cost. So with that tuition cost, one of the first things I want to talk about is the career opportunities, the return on investment. Yes, this degree might cost you somewhere to $40,000 and $50,000, but the average salary that our students are earning, this is based off of our August career survey, our most recent survey, is $120,000. So, major return on investment here, or high return on investment here. Our students, they're working in all industries, tech, finance, healthcare, sports, transportation. I mean, you name it, we likely have a student in the industry. We put kind of the most notable, recognizable up here, but these are places where students have earned jobs post-grad, earned internships, you name it. Those are there. And then we did our job placement stats just recently in November, and 90% of students who graduated in May, so just this last May, they all have, or 90% of them have jobs 6 months post-graduation. We graduated 140 or so students. Um, Something I also want to note about the survey is the 24 or so that maybe don't have jobs. We don't know. It's just because they didn't answer the survey. So we don't know. They could not. That job placement rate could be higher. But all of our students, they're learning the skills, they're getting the degree, they're networking, they're finding job opportunities after graduation, and that's what we want to communicate. So we've got an alumni success story. This is Hari. Hari is somebody who really took advantage of all the opportunities available to him. So he's an international student from India. His bachelor's degree was in engineering, so he did have more of a standard trajectory in terms of major. And then when he was here, so he took advantage of hourly work. He had a couple different student jobs. One, he was a course assistant, so he helped with grading in courses. And then he also was the chair or president of our data science student organization, so held a big leadership role in creating those community opportunities for our students. During his time, he got an internship at the Denver International Airport as a data or in data analytics. And cool thing about Hari, and he was determined to do it, was he networked and worked with his, boss there, and he landed a job at DIA right after graduation. So after graduation, he stuck around, worked there for a few months, and then got a higher job as an associate data engineer. Um, I believe it was in California. So, yes, great success story. Again, took advantage of everything available to him and really helped boost his network and get himself a job afterwards. Awesome. So the Rocky Mountain Advantage, we love talking about it. Boulder is a really awesome, unique place in that it's becoming this like tech hub. We have a lot of connections to industry right here in Boulder with aerospace technology, renewable energies, quantum computing, defense. Like so many big companies are right close by. And it's just becoming it's becoming a hot spot for tech and innovation, and we're really fortunate of the campus's location being so close to it all. Something great is, you can build your community in one of the top engineering programs in the country. And with the cool thing about the data science major we talked about is it's interdisciplinary. So again, you're having classes with students from computer science, students from info science, all these different engineering disciplines, and your network is just a lot more well-rounded and gives you more opportunities to use those adaptive skills to apply to different areas. And lastly, we love talking about just again, Boulder, beautiful, amazing place, great opportunities to get outside, get connected with people from all over the world. I will say we have a diverse graduate student population at CU Boulder. Um, and we have something, I don't know why I didn't mention this. I will say I have worked at several universities, and the International Student Support Services Office at CU Boulder is unmatched. They are amazing. They are so supportive to our students. I mean, they really go above and beyond to make sure that our students are well taken care of while, or our international students are well taken care of while they're here. Key takeaways, data science is everywhere. It's growing. The job market for it is doing really well. Getting this professional degree not only gives you those technical skills, but those real world kind of experiences, hands-on opportunities to, really go out in the professional world right when you're done. It opens the door to very high paying, meaningful, versatile careers, which is something great to have the ability to move around if needed. Um, you can earn your degree in such a vibrant, like beautiful place that's really connected. Um, and then again, use these tips that we kind of talked about previously to strengthen your application and give yourself the best, or the most competitive opportunity.
Thank you, Jax. We are going to go ahead and open it up for questions. So I will go ahead and stop our recording. And that's the end of our recorded presentation. Thanks for joining us today on YouTube. If you have any questions, please let us know.